Catherine from CatherinePluer.com. Sorry, my head is a little bit cut off here in this video, but I'm trying to focus you in on this little goodie box I got here. I received some product from Studio Calico and I am absolutely in love with this stuff. I've used Studio Calico products before, mostly little embellishments, but I've never gotten one of their kits before, so I was really excited to get this kit. Also, I've used their inks and I'll be using them in conjunction with the contents of this box. One thing I love about Studio Calico is their packaging. You get this lovely little box that shows up on your doorstep. And isn't it exciting when things come in pretty packages? And then you open your box, and I had a bunch of little ink pads in here. They're Color Theory ink pad line, and they were in this little canvas bag. So I bet you crafty girls can think of some fun things to do with these canvas bags. And then the kit. So this is a card making kit, and let's go ahead and open this puppy. This particular stamp set is right up my alley. It has all these fun little pieces. It has some border stamps. It has flowers that you can build. There's a little heart, and there's some fun greetings, and it also has this great wood grain frame. Also in the kit, you get some pieces of cardstock, so this is a great color palette to work with. I know a lot of stampers have trouble with color palettes, so their kits come already set with the color palette. Then we have a little package with some felt. This will be really fun. And some cork. It looks like it might have sticky back on it. Yep. Oh, that is awesome. Then there's these little frosty candy shop embellishments. They're kind of frosted. Did I already say that? These are adorable. They're a beautiful turquoise color. Ooh, some paper. Great colors, fabulous patterns. Again, I'm going to have a ball playing with that. I'm loving this color palette. Okay, then we have a little die set. So this is going to cut out that little wood grain frame, and there's a little kind of starburst. Adorable. There's more. We've got some buttons. Again, your color palette is already chosen for you. I'm glad I peeked down in here because I didn't even realize these were in here. There's some baker's twine and a little tag. So with just this and some inks and maybe a little bit more paper, I could really create a ton of ridiculously awesome projects with this kit, I'm sure, and I can't wait to dive in. So I am going to take you through my thought process on my first card using this kit. So if you're ready, meet me at the stamp table. All right, so I've pulled all these fabulous supplies. Is this some serious eye candy or what? I'm definitely using these two pattern papers, and I can't decide between the orange and the green. And I think I'm going to wait on that. I think I'm going to put these aside for a second and see how the rest comes out. I think I want to use some of this felt, and I'm probably going to, well, I don't know. Let's just get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this wood grain piece. This is such a cool frame. I can see I'm going to use that for a ton of different things. This little starburst comes in the middle. You could kind of clip those and pull that out, but I think I'll just leave it. I don't want to lose that little starburst. All right, so I have my dog brown Color Theory ink pad and this really cool wood grain stamp. So we're going to stamp this on the frame that's already cut out, and the stamp is bigger than the frame, so I don't have to worry too much about placement, which I'm really not that good at it when I have to put the die on the stamp. So I like it when they're bigger. Oh, that is awesome. I cut a little piece of the felt out so that I could run it through the Big Shot with this, and I ran it through back and forth a couple times to make sure it cut through all of that thickness. And it did a pretty decent job. Every Big Shot is different, so you may have to play with it and test it to see how much pressure. You may have to add a shim. I actually ran it back and forth about 3 or 4 times, and I added just a little piece of cardstock to give it a little bit extra pressure. And I probably could have used a little bit more because I've got some fuzzy edges. I'm okay with that. This is felt, and it's going to add some really fun texture to this card. So we'll just set that aside for a minute while we figure out what we're doing with the rest of the card. I'm definitely using these two, and I think I'm drawn to this orange. So I'm just going to cut a little piece of each of these colors off. Now I'm envisioning these being stacked and layered. So I'm going to add my first piece here, and then the next piece on top at an angle, making sure that I'm not showing any white. And then the last piece will just be added on there straight, lining it up right with the bottom. With your paper cutter or a nice sharp pair of scissors, you can just trim off the excess. Now I'm going to add my greeting. I'm choosing to use the thank you, and I'll just line it up right along the patterned paper. I'm going to pop this frame up on dimensionals. I can see so many uses for this frame. It's really cool. I think I'll pitch it this way. When I added this, I thought it was a little bit too much blending into that other blue, and so I cut out another one, and so you can see I did much better this time with getting a good crisp cut on there. And what I did differently was I added a shim and I ran it back and forth 4 times with the shim, and that seemed to really help. So I actually think I'm going to layer these together, so I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue, and that will give a fun little kind of shadow effect with this felt. We'll add that right down here, and I think one of these little candy shop frosties would be a nice little accent right in the center of that flower. So there's a pretty quick and easy, clean and simple card. You can make a bunch of these pretty quickly, and like I said, there's so much you could do with this kit. I am really excited to make more. Watch my blog and my YouTube channel for a few more cards using the same set of supplies, and also I'll do some exclusive videos for Stamp Nation, so be sure to hop over and check that out if you're not familiar with Stamp Nation. Over 400 video tutorials, samples in the gallery, written tutorials, and the most amazing paper crafting community on the internet. You're going to love being a member, so be sure to click the links below the video to check that out. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Have a lovely day. Okay, here we go.